Hey guys, it's Chris Kringle here, and I'm here with...
What's up guys, AtomBacon here.
And we're playing some BlazBlue Calamity Trigger.
This one was my idea. It's a fighting game that I'm somewhat fond of. Not as much as the Smash Bros. Series, but it's a fun game.
Yeah, I also have my fun with this game.
So, the way we're going to be doing this is each of us are going to try our luck at one round of arcade mode, and then we'll do a couple of battles against each other. So,
sounds good. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I think...
Oh yeah, right, I forgot.
It shows both, but you can go first.
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
It's your channel.
Alright.
If I remember correctly, you were good with Tao Kaka before.
Which one was Tao Kaka?
Right above Noel there. The really
Tao Kaka. I was decent with that person, but I honestly think Hakumen is probably my best in this game. That or where is he? I think either this. It might be Jim.
Jin, not Jim.
Jin Kasaragi.
Kisaragi. Jin Kisaragi.
Sorry, don't ask me to pronounce Japanese names ever again. I'll just call him Kasaragi. How about that? Kasaragi. But whatever, I'm starting with Hakumen. I can skip these, okay. I haven't actually tried arcade mode on this thing, so you might have to explain how it works exactly.
It's a lot like the classic mode in Smash Bros. You do one match against each player.
Okay, and just see how long I last? Alright.
It should be...
It'll take me a bit to get used to the controls again, because I haven't played in a bit.
Squares light attack, triangles medium attack, circles heavy attack, and X are your specials. And then the right stick has some super attack shortcuts.
Isn't it when like my meter fills up, I can use the
yes, but
supers?
that also is just some of your regular specials as well.
Okay.
Experiment around, see what directions do what.
And block is back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that there is a... You should be able to skip that.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel,
so while I'm fighting, maybe we could do some commentary, because not sure how much will come out of me while I'm trying to win.
So, right off the bat, for those who don't play, who haven't played this game, a few mechanics to go over. And obviously the health bars are obvious. The blue and red bar right below the timer is the guard block, or is the guard gauge. What that does is when one person blocks, the bar will fill up more with the other person's color, and if that bar fills up 100% of your opponent's color, you get stunned. Barrier is an additional block. You'll notice that Chris has no barrier and it's saying danger on his health bar. That means he's done a barrier burst, which he probably did by accident.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
You reach danger state either after doing a barrier burst or when your barrier is fully depleted. I'll be honest, I don't remember how to do barrier. Characters have their special gauges. You can see on the bottom right there's Tao Kaka's. Hakumen's actually works differently than the rest. The bar fills up and you get stars. The more stars you have, the more specials you have available to you. But most characters, the special gauge fills up. Okay, yeah, Chris just did a barrier burst.
Oh, okay, it's R2, I think.
R2? Okay.
Yeah, because I pressed that and it did like a counter thing or something.
Yeah. The barrier burst can send... It's a good way to break an opponent's combo when they're on top of you and you can't, like, stop them. You can do that to get them off you. He just stomped on her foot and killed her.
Yeah.
Overkill! Alright. So that's
the thing about this game is that, from what I've experienced at least, the physics and gameplay style it's like if you combine Street Fighter with Mortal Kombat. So like different moves are like with Mortal Kombat where like depending on what direction you're holding it will do different moves, but it's Street Fighter where like there's different like powers of attacks and there's also specials and stuff, like and the certain types of combos. So it's a pretty weird combination.
What's interesting is the characters have a special quote for each individual character they defeat. Next up is Bang Shishigami. I guess I can go into a bit more about what the opponents are like. Taokaka, the one before, is the fastest character in the game. She's all about mobility, outmaneuvering your opponent, and chipping your opponent down while avoiding damage yourself. Bang is a mix of brute damage and mind games. He can set traps on the battlefield that he can use to send his opponents around as well as bounce himself around. But he also is relatively quick considering he is a ninja, and he's decently tough. So he's kind of a jack of all trades. He's not outstanding in any one thing, but he's got a good mix of stats.
One thing I like about Hakumen is that a lot of his attacks have great range, and they can have pretty good bounce knockback effects, which can lead into good combos that you've probably seen him trying to do.
Don't forget to experiment around with the right stick.
I have been doing it, but I want to save my supers until when I really need them.
Not all of them are supers necessarily.
I know, but usually that kind of stuff I try and save in an emergency. I usually try to go for like the basic attacks just for starting off.
Remember though that your super gauge resets each round, so it doesn't carry over between rounds. Oh yeah, each character has a drive attack. That's what I meant when I said X with your specials. Yours is like counter attack when you put up that shield, and it basically works like the counters in Smash Bros. If you time it right, you do a strong counter attack. Bangs, I believe, is his ability to set traps. I believe that his X. You can see above his super gauge, there's 4 little diamonds, one of which is filled in. Oh, there. He just set one. It's a bit behind you. Well, behind him now. He can use those when he has more than one, especially. He can use them to bounce around, and it makes him extremely mobile. That was close.
Yeah.
Hakumen, win.
Haku win.
I'm not sure if we want to spend too long on the arcade mode, 'cause it's like...
Maybe we'll just have one of us do arcade mode, because if we both do it, then it was...
Yeah.
So, we'll see how long you last, and then we'll just do PvP.
Okay. So I explained my reason for liking my main. How will you explain yours?
Well, I'll explain it when you go up against my main.
Okay.
Right now,
I already know it, but... Yeah.
If you'll remember from Marvel vs. Capcom, when I tried to do the Marvel team, I said I picked one character because they looked like Vel'Koz, then I said they felt like they played like Atakun. This is the character I was talking about, Atakun. He's a really weird character if you couldn't tell just by looking at him. His movements are sporadic and just... He can plant like debuffs, as you saw just there. He can put those on you, those... I'm not entirely sure what it does, but I think it just weakens some of your stats. And... He's just all around very sporadic and weird. His movements are wonky. He can sort of warp around like that.
He's like a demented Shy Guy.
Yeah, he kind of does look like that. And oh wow, that was perfect timing. He was actually just trying to do it as I said that. He can turn invisible. But he has to stand still and channel his invisibility. It's not instantaneous, so... You might have saw he started to look like he was pixelating away a second ago. That's what that was. Should probably have this.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be really attacking you that much.
He's a very passive fighter. Like I said, he likes to set traps and stuff. And you have a full gauge. You might as well use it.
He blocked it.
Oh, wow. And he's dead.
That was round 1.
Hakumen, win.
Yeah.
Rebel 2. Action.
I've never understood why they're called rebels, not rounds.
Yeah. The techs in this game are also similar to Street Fighter, where you can like bounce off the walls and like do like those air combos and stuff like that. But yeah.
He knows more about fighting games than I do.
It's one of my favorite genres. You know, I don't know what it is, just something about pummeling your opponent with like awesome attacks.
It's an amusing genre. I will give it that.
And it's one of the most like I don't want to say arcadey, because there's a lot of like with the newer ones they're like evolved beyond arcade style, but they started off with arcades, so like it's one of the older genres, I guess you could say.
It's a classic.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. One of your favorite genres I know is kind of similar in both, where it's like a classic genre.
Yeah.
Well, then again, a lot of them are classic, you know. A lot of them date back like 30 years ago, where those genres were around. Yeah, at least. And I won that. How long has it been?
11 minutes.
Okay.
There is only one way to save the ball.
Yeah. Beating and doing... Well, we'll see if I beat this Carl Glover. If I do, then like we might just stop it, the arcade mode, because it might go on for too long. And then we'll just like do the rest of PvP, I guess.
Sounds good. Carl, if you've ever played Smash 4, Carl plays very similar to Rosalina, where that marionette is to him what Luma is to Rosalina. He can control it alongside him. It attacks when he attacks. It usually moves when he moves. Although he can turn it on and off, so he can. When it's on, it mirrors him, but he can deactivate it to keep it still. So he's actually a bit more elaborate than just Rosalina.
Yeah, Rosalina is more like the Luma is really constricted to Rosalina's movements. This one's a lot more free.
Yeah. Carl's an interesting character. One of my friends actually got really good with him after not much playing at all. It was kind of scary. Whoa.
There we go. Aw. How do you grab?
Oh, R1.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I thought it was just attack, like in the older fighting games, where you attack close enough to the opponent and grab it.
No. One of my
there we go.
There we go. One of my favorite characters has a hilarious grab where she basically just grabs you like by the collar and then just bitch slaps you across the face. It's not the best, admittedly, because it doesn't really have a knockback and it's not the strongest, but it's hilarious. And that character is cheap enough already anyway. If you've played this game, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I'll probably show her off in one battle.
It seems very fast-paced in the speed department. Like, you can like dash in midair, there's like quick pivots and stuff you can do, so it's a very fast-paced fighter. Not quite as fast as, say, Marvel's Capcom, but it's up there, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think you saw in the video I was doing some air dashes, so you saw, for example, how quickly you can move around the field.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're half...
I think halfway is probably enough.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, if you've played any other fighting game that has a single-player mode, it's pretty much, you know, beat every opponent, and there you go. So, can I just hit start to like?
Yeah, you can be able to. I think you have to get into the battle first.
Yeah, okay, I'm just spamming X.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Hakumen!
Rebel, one, action, there!
Nope.
Just the main menu.
Alright, and here we go. Alright. Now we'll be doing
Versus.
Yeah.
To pick your color, press start on the character that
When you hover over the character?
Yeah, hover over the character and press start, and that will bring up.
Okay.
Also, this is really trippy. Circle is a select. Your back button, circle is a select. Your back button is select.
Oh my god. And you chose how many versus rounds did people do? Like best 2 out of 3?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll start with Lychee.
Okay. I was Hawkman last time, so I'll choose something to do. I'll be Jim Casaregi. I don't care if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm doing it anyway. Let's see.
Actually, for the sake of you playing Jin, I'll go Ragnar just to have the Battle of Brothers.
Okay.
For those who don't know this game very well, Jin and Ragnar are brothers, so... But they don't get along well. You selected first, so you have to just press X.
Okay.
Whoever selects their character first selects the stage, but...
Okay.
The stage selection is purely aesthetic. It doesn't affect the battle.
Yeah, there's no, like, environmentals or anything?
No.
Yeah. There's, like, this one thing you can do in Mortal Kombat X where, like, there's this one stage where, like, an old lady's in the background. You can throw the old lady at the opponent.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Long time no see.
I like this white suit I picked. I'm glad I picked
Oh
it.
yeah, that's nice.
It reminds me kind of of Marth, like Marth's white color and
He does look like Marth. Okay, so Jin's special attacks allow him to use ice to freeze people, while Ragnar's, if I can get some off, Ragnar actually, he has life steal is what he has. It's pretty good. Oh
Man, I forgot how to play this character.
Well, Ragnar isn't exactly a main of mine either, so...
I'm just like jumping around and hoping that something good happens.
Blood Cane is an interesting special. Instead of being just a blunt attack...
Oh, come on, I'm stuck.
Instead of being a blunt attack, you enter a sort of super phase where your attacks are buffed, but you lose health over time. It's very interesting. Nope. Jin can be a very frustrating opponent when the player knows how to use them.
And I don't know how to use them, so I'm kind of, you know...
Perhaps, but...
That's why I lost the first round. That's kind of fun doing that move.
And you completely owned me there.
It's called spamming, like, the right stick, kids. Use it.
Yeah. Ragnar's Ragnar's more of a slow, heavy character, while Jin's more of fast and light.
Yeah.
There we go.
Go!
And that is how you use Barrier Burst effectively.
How do you get up fast?
I'm not sure. Well,
That ended up close. You were like comboing me like crazy.
yeah.
You should probably note he did a little bit of practicing before this.
Yeah,
I did not.
I played like 3 matches yesterday, and it didn't... Technically, yes, I did do some practicing, but to very little avail.
Lychee failing.
You might like Iron Tagar. It's the one right above my character. Give him a green color scheme, and he's basically the Incredible Hulk.
I played him before when we were playing this before, and I didn't like him really. He's the slow but powerful character, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not too big of a fan of that.
Alright.
In general, I mean, but like, I'll go with her or him. I don't know.
It's a girl.
Okay.
And actually, when you have these two against each other, something kind of funny happens at the beginning of the battle. Like, before the actual fight starts.
Yes, I'm coming.
Oh, she actually didn't say what I was hoping to say.
Rebel, one.
She has another line where she says, "It's the booby lady."
Jiggle physics.
I'm standing still and they're bouncing. Lychee is a very... Ow. Lychee is an interesting character.
I'm just doing a lot of meow moves. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep spamming that move. Like, oh jeez. Nope.
She...
Whoa, whoa.
I went over Taokaka before. She's like very mobile and
All green. Return. A great wheel.
bitch slap win. That was close.
Yeah.
I keep not finishing my thought. Lychee is mostly about area control. Actually, both of my two mains are mainly about area control. You can plant your staff and like bounce it around, and I did not mean to barrier burst that. Nope. And you do a kind of fizz thing where you just stand on your staff. You're pretty hard to hit when you're up here, but not impossible.
I could just jump, but yeah.
When you time it right, though, you use the dodge abilities. Ah!
No, no.
Ah, you got it.
Alright. Comes down to this.
Game point.
Match point.
You can probably hear our controllers clacking.
Yeah. Man.
Alright, that's it.
I'm trying to like still figure out things. Like it takes me forever to get up. And, like you get up so fast.
I just mash buttons when I'm down.
That's what I do and it doesn't work. That's why like I keep getting stuck in the corner.
Damn it, that's wrong. Oh wow, so
You'll need something. You've improved. Finish.
gotcha.
Ah.
Finishing touch. Please select your character.
Now I could be cheap and pick Rachel for the third round, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pick Noelle.
Noelle Vermilion.
Best 2 out of 3, so whoever wins this one wins it.
Hakumen.
Oh boy.
I have to go with him, this one. I was thinking of choosing Shy Guy, but I don't know, I don't want to risk it.
The gate.
I am Lieutenant Noelle. The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel, 1. Action! Let's begin. Fail. Counter.
Come on.
Wait, are those pistols you're holding?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. I I keep getting mixed up with what attacks do what for me. And... Oh, come on.
Ow.
It barely did anything, honestly. It was just like the strength of a regular attack, basically.
Ah! Damn it!
Air slash!
It's super effective. Alright.
This guy could give Cloud a run for his money. With this, like, extremely long sword.
Yeah. More like Sephiroth, actually.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Oh no. Oh, I get stuck. Oh, that's how you do it, okay.
Boom! Okay, that's kind of cheap.
Yeah, get out of here.
Oh my goodness!
I'm tired of you using projectiles. I figured out how to do it now. Oh no, I'm stunned. Get away! Oh no! Oh, that was a good combo, actually.
Boom!
I got stunned. I couldn't move. It takes forever to get up.
This truly is match point.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let the controllers do the talking.
Yeah. I'm tired of, like, doing that.
When you combo it right, you can do that second half of that. Gotcha!
Damn it! Like, whatever.
Noelle's hair is a lot longer than you think it is.
Yeah.
It's like it looks so short, then she takes off the cap and it's like halfway down.
Like I said, he practiced.
I didn't practice with Noelle. Actually, no, wait, sorry, I did do one.
Yeah.
For those who haven't played, I kind of want to show just how hilariously cheap this character is. But, this isn't really like an actual... You can pick basically anyone.
Yeah.
Because this character is so hilariously cheap, it's not even funny.
I know, like... Believe me, I know.
You know, but viewers who haven't played this game might not, so...
Although I think it's kind of cheap, just like hitting me repeatedly in the corner, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You didn't see me doing that, I'm just saying.
You blocked most of them anyway.
No, I was like stuck in the corner. I was getting hit repeatedly until I was
Oh,
dead.
hey, I'm black and red too.
It's Valentine's Day. You look like you have Valentine's Day like dress
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh yeah, I do.
And now you're gonna see how I battle Rachel. It's called holding back.
As I said before, both of my good characters are about area control, and Rachel especially.
Yes, see, like, I can't even do anything in this battle. It's only when I get that I can do anything, really.
We'll just do one round, we don't have to do like a full 3 rounds.
Yeah. Nope.
Not talking a lot, but there really isn't much to do.
Get up!
George,
Oh, your stupid...
sword and finish.
God. Stupid frog hit me out of my thing.
Rachel.
And that's why anyone who picks Rachel is an asshole.
So you're calling yourself an asshole then?
Yeah.
Well, now that we're done with that,
Oh, oops.
that was BlazBlue. A game that is pretty fun, but it can be really cheap at the same time.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite fighter, but, you know, it's still pretty good. I prefer other ones, especially ones we might be playing later today and recording ourselves playing it.
Quite possibly. Anyway, that's that. So, we'll see you guys next time.
Later!